you know, forward shit. It's hard to know. Single file, people. Yeah, single file right on the beams. Yeah, well done.
I'm out of range.
When they were saying that we felt like we were being tested, maybe you are. Like, remember.
Is the Tramaculum.
Thank you.
Here,
Didn't know how to say it.
souls are tormented, twisted into wretched shades.
Remember the Lich King wanted to corrupt, to bring his champions against him, and then kill them and turn them. That was his goal. Who's to say that that's not a similar idea here? He's testing them, seeing what they can do, and then you know, but twisting them to his side once they can, once he feels like it.
Here.
Convenient.
I sense tendrils of magic tethering this room to the tower. It should take us there.
Oh, that was concerning. But yeah, maybe he's trying the same thing, but ooh, they're actually filtering this time. But yeah, who friggin' knows?
There's Anduin.
Sylvanas, what does she want with him?
There's a Fail the Afflictor. Heh, fail.
The way forward will not.
Actually, no, it's feel. It's an AE sound, I'm not sure. Sylvanas has Jailer's forces at her command. She could call them down to overwhelm us. Won't do Anduin any good if we're all captured. Let's hold off on engaging her until we know what she's after.
You won't succeed.
Such a narrow vision. You disappoint me.
Why do you have
No
Frostbrat?
matter. We will find what we seek. In another.
Anduin! How badly are you hurt?
Should I hold off a moment?
We'll live. I'm relieved you're all safe.
These bonds are too strong to break by force. We must find a way to free him.
Maybe we can break it by farce then. There's no force stronger in the world than farce.
Greetings, friend.
I knew my heart the light wouldn't fail us. The presence here is the proof. The light will guide us through this. Sylvanas thinks us broken. She believes she's already won. We will show her how mistaken she is. First, I'll need your help. The bonds that hold me are impossibly strong. We need the key to free me of them. My imprisonment here has been overseen by a creature they call the Afflictor. The key is likely in its possession. That's what breaking down the most powerful souls in the Tramaculum to serve the jailer. I've seen many souls brought here during my detention. Jailer seems to want them to break them, twist them into a service or worse. No soul deserves such a fate, Palanai. The more sworn here hold the keys to their chains. Free as many as you can, and we'll get them away from here.
Be vigilant.
The two guards that were here have fucked off. Coffee break. Should I just jump? Suicide can wait. Yeah, while we're in the mall, which is the region we're in here, we can't mount at all. Once we open out, we'll be fine.
It's too far away.
You suck at your job! They say they replace her with a Kirin Tor mage. Oh, Troll's bleeding. But Jane has actually left the Kirin Tor. She got pissed at them in Legion for letting the Horde back in. She cast them out during Miss Pandaria. Again, something I will show you at some stage. I just need to muster the urge to really play this game as much as I need to for those plans. At least even with Blizzard, with YouTube.
Find the cave on the other side of the chasm. Our allies will protect you there.
YouTube removed the ability to add auto-adding to your playlists. But they didn't remove the functionality, they just removed the ability to add it or remove it. So whenever I do a video in the future for one of my alts, it'll automatically be added. But for Shadowlands, I'll have to add them all myself. So yeah, that's fine. I want to fight it myself anyway. But for Shadowlands, I'll have to add them all manually. So I'll just be adding them in massive bulk. Like, okay, here's another 2 months of footage. Up it goes. So it's how you won't be getting updates. Like, you won't just go to playlists anymore and see, oh, it's updated. Because I updated it 2 months ago with the 2 months of footage. So that's just how YouTube's going to be from now on, I'm afraid. But for all other things that have already been set up, like, you know, it's fine. It's like, they will be... they'll be auto-added. Like, Grim Dawn and Path of Exile. And even if I wanted to split them up, I can't. Yeah, even if I wanted to split them up, I can't, because I can't turn it off. I would have to go in every time the new one's put out and remove it. It's quite frustrating, but that's what it is. You know? So, still with me. So, yeah, just so you know what it's going to be like from now on, some things will be added manually, new series and whatnot. If it's an extension of an old thing, then it'll just be added, the old thing will just take it automatically, like Path of Exile, Grim Dawn. Well, if it's an extension of a new thing, well, if it's a new thing, like WoW, it will be down as Shadowlands. It will be just continued on, it'll have a new one and be going up in bulk. Final Fantasy XIV is an old one. It might get new subtitles to denote the different expansions I'm in, but they'll all be put in under the old grouping. So they'll be fine there until they remove the functionality completely. In which case, I'm just generally screwed. I'm going to have to do them all manually. So, yeah. Just so you know, while this will be a bit late in coming out, you at least know in a sense. The hell?
I need to get closer.
But yeah, so yeah, they claim that, oh, not enough people are using this, and it's just like, so? Is it really that big of an issue to keep it around? Does it really add that much development time to keep a thing you've already made? And I don't see, like, why it would need updates and shit, you know? They just keep cutting off the site's own limbs. There's a group of people out there that are very, very unwell, who want to be disabled. They outright mutilate themselves so they're blind, so they're crippled. And it's just like, no, I know, grabbing brooches and plucking your eyes out a la Oedipus seems a little extreme. YouTube just seems to grab a machete and, you know, grab one of Postal 2's machetes, throws it at a wall, and hacks its own limbs off. Currently after turning into that chick from that one manga. There was a weird, like, romance manga, comedy romance manga, where a guy and his friend are walking down the street, and they just hear, whoo, off to one side, and suddenly there's an armless, legless girl, fine torso, lying on the ground. The friend is like, what the fuck? And while the main guy is just like, hey, and ends up carrying her home with him, and she's she's up to it. Except it's all less cheering. In YouTube's case. And sadly there isn't really...
Forces are positioned nearby. They will defend you.
Give directions! That's vague. But anyway. There isn't really any viable competitors that I can go to. Like, I would love to go to someone else, but there really isn't any viable competitors. Oh, there are some Horde spirit souls in here. I didn't think there were. Told since I was Alliance, I was only getting Alliance in Tusker. But, there isn't really any viable competitors. They're all missing or lacking in some way, like demanding thumbnails, or one doesn't have playlists. And it's just like, or another 7 terabyte cap. I have 37 terabytes uploaded to YouTube. 37. You know, the barest tip of my, you know, video dick can go in, you know, on that side. So it's just like, there is no real viable competitors. Others were like, oh, like I was looking on what, like, I was admittedly the Reddit page. It's like, only people of our political alignment should be on this site. And it's just like, okay, I'm not going on there, because I doubt I'm a mirror image of these people. And it's just like, there, as much as YouTube is mutilating itself and then lying in a bathtub or fucking, you know, fucking hydroelectric dam, there isn't any viable competitors. There's no one. And I don't know how sad that is. You just like, Jesus.
Hurry, before the guards return.
They're shit at their job. But yeah, it's just like, despite how much YouTube mutilates itself, there isn't any viable competitors. And it's... Okay, it's nice that they're actually filtering here. Single line, people. Single file. But yeah, it's beyond frustrating. Just like, YouTube is fucking up its own service. You know, there could be a viable competitor here, and there just isn't. There just isn't. It's so frustrating. I'd love to move. Be happily move over to another to a competitor service. If there was one, I would happily move over. Happily. But there isn't. There isn't one. Twitch isn't a viable competitor. Well, it is viable in two ways. It's a viable service and viable for me to move to. It is a viable service, but it isn't a viable competitor in my regard. I only do videos. I don't stream. I love the control of recording. Because I get paranoid and it's like, shit, did I say that? I suffer with intrusive thoughts. And they love screaming swears in my head. And, you know, derogatory terms and the like. I don't need... And then I get paranoid that those came out of my videos. So I need to stop and check. And like, you can't really do that on stream. So... I need... to be able to stop and check and edit, you know? Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. So I need to stop checking edit, so Twitch isn't viable there. And while there is the video side of it, you have to get Drow to a certain size before you're allowed to upload videos. And even then, while it does select its own thumbnails as far as I know, I don't think I'm not sure if there's playlists. And if there are, I don't think there's auto-adding. And you have to upload them like one at a time. There's like YouTube used to have bulk uploading. Okay, you want to upload these 100 videos? Sure, put them in a queue. You'll get through them. You want to schedule them while you're doing it? Sure, just click to here, schedule. Okay, click next one, schedule. YouTube keeps like making it longer, more awkward, and it's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the cunt, but it's a lot more of a pain on like, Twitch's side. I've seen a bit of the UI when it was open to everyone before, but Twitch isn't a viable one for me. And like I went to another site. I can't remember which one it was. I think it's some maligned site, but it's just like I'm willing to go anywhere if it has a better service. Just to try it out, and just to see, you know. It's no big deal uploading it to multiple places. It's no problem. And the service like demanded me to make my own thumbnails, so I kind of cut it off there because YouTube comes out with some good ones. You know, and like, you know, the Deus Ex one where it looks like Jensen's putting his fingers into the guy's mouth and he's enjoying it too much. He is actually taking mid tactical takedown, but I didn't set that. YouTube just went with it. I didn't know about it till it was released because I just schedule them all and move on. I don't see the thumbnails till they're done. The thumbnails aren't selected till the videos are uploading, and in likelihood I haven't seen it until it's released, and I may have seen it then. So sometimes YouTube comes out with some brilliant ones. Not always. Some of them are duds. But sometimes they're beautiful, and I don't have to do anything for them. It gives me 3 to pick from, and I can put in my own if I want, and that's really handy. And other sites demand for me to come out with my own, and it's just like, so that's a pain in the ass. Then others are more grievous issues. Like, there's ways around that. I could, if pushed, find a way around it, but others are more grievous and annoying. I think one lacked the ability to schedule videos, and it's like, I have footage here for 2 years that I need to schedule. You know, like, I'll do this when I'm tired, before I go to bed, so I can just like half zone out and I won't feel it. I don't want to have to sit here like each day going like, okay, here's a video, here's a video, here's a video. You know, that's a pain in the ass. I don't want to have to do that. I want to schedule it, have it set up in advance so I can go fuck off. You know, do whatever and just not worry about it. So despite how much YouTube mutilates itself, it still has features and stuff that other sites don't have, and I don't know if they're ever going to have. And YouTube has a dominant market space, so if I'm like, I have very few subscribers and viewers, very few, negligible amounts. At last count, 207, and that's after regaining. I lost 5, and I regained them rather quickly. And sorry, never mind. But yeah, I regained them kind of quickly, rather quickly. But yeah, 207. That's all I have. If I go to another site, I might get 1. They mightn't have the service to the site, and then there mightn't be. They mightn't be there for gaming. You know. They might be more angled politically. Some sites were angled education-wise. So it just mightn't be there for my kind of thing. Of course, the only way, they need more gaming people to go over to maybe attract more of an audience. But these places also have to be more well-known. It's kind of a double catch, you know? So part of me feels I should go over on principle, but I don't know how much it will help. Then there was another site, I can't remember what it's called now, but it was like a peer-to-peer, it's like PeerTube or something. I can't remember, I'm worried what you go to if you search PeerTube. Just be careful. You know, for all I know, there's a porn site with that name. But anyway, yeah. Where it's like peer-to-peer sharing of stuff. And it's cold here. My brain's shutting off. Let me just turn the heating on. There's peer-to-peer sharing of videos. You join different networks and share videos that way. And it's just like, you know, that demands a lot more social interaction than I would like. And then it's just like, okay, I don't know what social networks would accept me and my videos. Plus, I think that was the one on Reddit saying that, well, we only want our political views on this website. It wasn't the makers, to be clear. It was people using it, and it's just like, well, shit. I don't know what's safe and what isn't now. You know, I don't want to go onto a site and just have everyone want to run me off it or what have you, you know? If the only way to, you know, really get attention to your thing is to have people join your network or, you know, confederate with it. And everyone decides I'm, you know, the pariah, you know, I'm not a fan of that. It just... This is the case for many political view. These, like, I may be... Okay, you might be Blarg Party, and someone else is Blarg Party, so you think you'll get along. But you don't. Because while they're Blarg Party, well, you're both Blarg Party, you have slightly different beliefs, so you hate each other's guts. It's just... That's the issue. An often issue for political beliefs. When you may be Blarg Party against Yoink Party. I'm just adding in random sounds or words here. I'm not meaning nothing by nothing here. You may be standing together against them, but the moment they're gone or dealt with, you're fucking at each other's throats, quite literally at each other, because of those slight differences. To put it another way, there's an Emo Phillips skit, and he is hard to listen to. I swear I heard his skit before, and he was completely different, but I know I was having a fever dream where he wasn't weird. Also, this honestly looks set up for even more bags. But anyway, there's a skit. He's a skit anywhere where there's a guy gonna jump, and he's like, "No, wait, stop! You know, let me get my film into my camcorder." But he tries to talk the guy down and discovers that he goes to the exact same church iteration as him, but then the guy says like he's from a different year, or he's one slight difference in denomination, so he pushes him off the bridge. "Die, you bastard," he screams as he does so. You know, like, I might agree with those people lockstep up to a particular point, and they just decide I'm the greatest of heretics. That's a running theme I've noticed. Like, people are very wound up. They probably always have been, but they seem very eager to, in general in history, but they seem very eager to express it, and to whatever political power they have against you. There's no live and ignore, you know? I'm a big proponent of, I may not agree with what you say, but I'll defend to the death your right to make an ass of yourself. So many people don't agree with that. And even me saying that alone would actually put me on a lot of people's shit list. So when people ever start going on like that, I don't trust them to not put me on their shit list inherently. Same with some devs I've said before. They've acted kooky for Cocoa Puffs in some way on Twitter or wherever, so I don't trust them for shit not to screw me over, because I don't match lockstep in with their, you know, vaguest of mental whims and farts, you know? So, I don't trust there. Again, they could be just a loudmouth minority or, you know, Reddit. I know, I don't really want to put up with that shit. I put up with enough shit elsewhere. I don't need it there too, you know? I just want to put up my videos and move on. So anyway, sorry for the tangent. God, I need water. I should go get some. It's out in the car, though. Wow. But anyway, so yeah, I'm looking for another site, but everywhere seems flawed in some way. So I'm just going to keep uploading to YouTube till I can figure something out. Ah, my throat.
Thank you, champion. I feared I would never be free of those shackles.
We should move quickly. Are you fit to travel?
I will be fine once this place is behind us. Lead on. Sometimes we must fight for what we believe in.
Did you find the key? Etched with runes matching those on the locks that bind Anduin and the Tremalkiel. I'd almost forgotten the feeling of freedom. Now, let us take the fight to these fiends. You can trust you with this task. Where we face insurmountable odds, we must try to do what is right. I cannot express my gratitude for your help, champion. I must linger, however. Those forces will be soon alerted to disturbance here. Let us leave this place at once.
The ability to teleport is limited here, but I should be able to open a portal back to my staff's location.
Oh, that's nice.
Those wounds look serious, Thrall. Let me tend them.
Thank you, Anduin. It'll feel good to be back at full strength.
Oh, it's nice that they left him in his armor, them in their armor with all their equipment, ain't it? I guess they were testing.
It's timely. Our friend has something to share. We know much.
Even shattered, the Helm of Domination possesses incredible power for souls of the dead. But don't take my word for it. Ask our friend here. Make it talk.
We are eternal. Speak. How do we leave this place? Futile. The path sealed long ago.
Unsealed.
So there is a way out. Tell us where to find it. Waystone. That's a cauldron. No. Dormant. Broken. Nothing escapes.
Okay, that just looks weird.
Could you make sense of what it said, Lord Admiral?
The cauldron it spoke of lies beyond the River of Souls. I believe Bane is being held captive there.
Then it seems our course is clear.
Alright. It's handy that she's overheard all this shit. Plot twist, it isn't Jaina, but a Dreadlord in disguise. I cannot say I enjoyed wielding the Helm of Domination. The magic it holds is unsettling to the dead. A god will return it to your care. Indeed, he would feel uncomfortable with it. He was dominated by it. Not long. Maybe a decade prior. Well, that's when he was freed. He was freed in Kata, in Wrath of the Lich King, and between Wrath of the Lich King and Kata was 3 years. I don't know the time delay between the rest. To be honest, I'm surprised that all the factions haven't been bled down to stubs. What kind of breeding machines do they have? Just me. You know? Like, logistically, I'm starting to wonder here. Anyway.
We cannot leave these innocent souls alone to their fate. Our remaining forces will remain on guard here. Signal us when you find this waystone.
A long road lies before us.
Our next step is clear. We must travel to Zulvan's Cauldron, a frightful place I've only heard of in fanatical whispers. It's a forge of sorts that lies across the River of Souls. I've only been there a handful of times, but I've seen Bane held captive by the soldiers there. Fortune favors us, he'll still be nearby. Once he's safe, we can see about finding this waystone the Shade spoke of.
I know